Hello and welcome to episode 28 of our Timberborn Update 5 hard mode playthrough with the Folktails faction here in cycle 37, day 32. Quite a far way into this playthrough as we look to start finding the stopping point at some point in the next couple episodes, but there's still plenty to get done. And here's what we're going to do today by popular demand. We're going to build a big giant wind farm. And we're going to put it in such a place where it can connect to all of our power here, which fortunately is available pretty much the entire length of this reservoir and then up through here. So I thought, we have all this space right here. Why don't we just go bonkers and build a huge, enormous, ridiculous wind farm so we can make and store a bunch of power so we can run all of this stuff again and turn everything back on. So for us to do that, we're going to have to make sure we can actually build the things. We have to have paper, which we have not made in quite a while, but we could easily put in a couple of those. Gear-wise, we probably should be okay. Planks we're absolutely fine on. So the biggest thing we're going to have to fix is putting in paper factories. And we already do have some... Oh, they can't build this, of course, because this isn't connected. That's why that didn't get done. So we'll just get rid of that. But what we're going to need to do is find a place up here or somewhere where stuff is powered to put in some paper factories, paper mills, whatever you want to call those things. And we have plenty of resources to construct these. We just have to put them somewhere. The way that we have this set up right here is going to go away. This is the stopgap for our drought season, which thankfully is going to end in 2.3 days. But I think as soon as this is done, we'll be able to put a couple of paper mills in here and get on with our lives. So, other things that we need to take care of. I had forgotten the Agora, since it's been changed from the temple, now actually requires extract. So, you were very kind to point that out in the comments. So what we're going to do is we are going to put in a little tank, probably right here, makes sense. Just right opposite of the door, just a small one. Keep it supplied with the extract so the beavers can use it for their bizarre chanting rituals, burning green flames. So, I don't know exactly what's up with that, but, oh man, see, if I had done better in chemistry, I maybe could have remembered this, but when you put different kinds of things into a fire, sometimes different metals, different minerals or whatever, will cause the fire to burn different colors. And I know green is one of them. I just don't remember which compound it is that causes that to happen. So maybe if this was an intentional reference by the developers to anything specific, I don't know. But what I can tell you is it's green and the extract is green, so that I'm assuming they're burning the extract in whatever recreational pursuit that's associated with. You can connect the dots on your own. But yeah, see, it doesn't have any help text here to give us any elaboration on that. But if we're intelligent adults, we can make inferences, I suppose. So, yeah, all right, cool. Just do your thing, I guess. But we'll get these berries removed. Might as well just go ahead and super prioritize that. And put our little tank here. But we have 2 days until the drought is over, at which point in time we'll be making plenty of power because everything will be coming through, and we can have our water come out here super fast because we now have a complete good water bypass, quote unquote, through here, that if we just open this, and keep these two closed, which they are not, I'll go ahead and do that. Just close these up real quick. There we go. I could have automated this. I'm not going to. That's it. Just at this point of the playthrough, it's not worth it. But once this has become open, this will just go all the way through here, and then it'll go around the backside through here, at which point it will then generate power. But if we choose to use our bypass, this will fill up here and then flow through here and then eventually flow into here, which will give us water for pumping much faster, which is exciting. All sorts of good fun. But the issue we're coming into now is we just cannot generate anywhere near enough power during a drought. So I kind of resisted it for a while because I really don't like these things being absolutely everywhere. But We have the technology, we can do it, and we're just going to get it done because that's what we've got to do. So we have right here, this is 3 blocks tall, which is perfect because then we can just use triple platforms. The rest of this is not filled in. Considering how this has to pump, it probably would be best if we did fill this in. I don't know that we necessarily want or need to, but we can, in fact, go and do that if we so choose. But the most important thing is going to be having some sort of a pattern for these to stand on top of and then get them connected to the power. So, I don't know if they can't be flooded or not. I kind of don't want to take the time to mess with that during our playthrough here, but the idea that I had was to just kind of create a grid and then have the end of these connect. So if we, just for example, because I know they can't reach this, I'm going to put this down here so they can't actually start building it. But say this is at the correct height. This will be right at the surface of the water if this is completely full. So what we could do on top of that is put a single platform. On top of that, put a large windmill, and then the beavers can build from underneath no matter what, and we're not going to have any problems with having to send anybody down to the bottom here to build from the top. They can just build in this way on our triple platforms, and that will be just fine. And then, so it's basically going to be the entire thing just like this, and then we'll put our power shafts right here, and then just like that. So kind of every three blocks we'll have a windmill, and then they'll just be connected in rows like so, and then at the very end we'll just have to butt in here and get that figured out. The only issue we're going to run into is this is kind of irregularly shaped, so we do have to figure out, and I will pause for this just so we can figure out our distance here. I think I have to have 1 block between. Oh, it'll actually let me place that right there. Well, it's a little close, but I guess we'll just do this. That's probably fine. Not going to guarantee that that's where that stays. Yeah, because I'm going to want this, I believe, if it's going to let me build. Yeah, okay, we'll do this right here. So this will actually get moved, and that will go here, here, here. Well, it has to be, you know, it has to be filled in beforehand. But if we can just get this, oh, look at that, perfect. That lines up beautifully. And I think we can live with this. We'll just make this whole thing in a row. Before I get too forgetful, I will top of these right here, and then we'll start at the very end with a windmill here, and just keep on building, because I do want them to be able to actually build this stuff first. But now we can just come all the way through here. They'll build just like so. And then right there will be the straight power shafts. We'll just need to make sure that we keep our spacing here. We can put the power shafts in all at once because everything is underneath. And that will work out a-okay. It'll be absolutely perfect. If a little ugly, but like I said before, this is not an aesthetic playthrough, so that is none of our concern. So, I'm glad we took a second to workshop this, because now I don't have to worry about it. We can just let these guys go and get stuff done, and that will be all taken care of. And since we don't have any power, essentially, right now, we can also get rid of this and put in its place a universal power shaft, and then some vertical power shafts. And then, right on top of it, one of these, which I think they should be able to reach. That sound is so irritating when you zoom in all the way. That's part of the reason I don't really play zoomed in. But since they have access down here, they can start building from below, and that should help expedite some of this stuff. And now we're looking good. That's going to be great for us to start making power, and then of course we can continue filling this in as we so choose. And that'll be nice. So, now that the drought is just about finished, we will be removing these hamster wheels, whatever you want to call them. And we will be letting the water come in through here. We're not going to be Not going to be so concerned about doing the good water bypass in actuality, but I do want to try it out because we did spend all that time making it. So I'm going to have this whole thing set up right here to direct all the water out this way, which of course it'll fill this up first because we didn't put another set of floodgates here. But our water coming in here is going to rise slowly and then make its way around, make its way down, so on and so forth, and then through here. At which point, actually, I can just leave this. Alone. Set that at 2.5, so it will eventually overflow, and then we'll have all of our stuff taken care of. Yeah, if this is at 2.5 too, that will probably help. But since this is completely open, we can watch this come in through here and take its path, and everything should be all good to go. It is just a tad slow at first, but that takes so much time away, or gives us time back rather, from going around and around and around and around and around and then through this and through this. So we're already about halfway through the day. It's already coming out here. Yes, it's continuing to go down that way. That's fine. But it is coming out here, and it is just about into the other portion of the reservoir, and we'll see that pop in this way and then back through this that we demolished here. So let's not forget, this is set to 2.5 because it's only 4 wide. I am going to set this down to, oh, never mind. I've got to automatically change those. I'm going to set it to 2 because this is only 4 wide instead of the 6 that we had before. But it is coming in here. We can see flowing here, and then pretty soon it'll be going through here, which it looks like it is. And there we go. Good water bypass is functioning just as intended, and that is very exciting. So doubles will go there. This is set, except this one right here. They're in the process of putting that, so we won't detonate this quite yet. But look at this. They've already got all this taken care of. All of these. That just needs to get finished, and then we'll be waiting on paper. So we don't have any water coming down here quite yet because it is all going through the bypass and then all coming down here. So I will go ahead and open this all the way so this can come through. And there we go. That is going to be fantastic. Hopefully it doesn't flood. I think we fixed most of those problems by lowering this down to 0. I do kind of still want to have like another route for water to escape here just so it doesn't flood so much. But we are, in fact, generating power. I don't see any backup quite yet, so I think everything is fine. Neat. So, you know what that means? Time to get rid of this. Yeah, we'll just get rid of all of these. And then we can come alongside with the paper mills. Now remember, the paper mill is it's the same shape of a building, but the entrance is set up differently. So for us to actually make the proper use of this, I think the best option is for us to put this like so, and then put in some sort of other thing right here. But to start, we'll do these two just back to back, and then we'll figure out how we want to do everything else when the time comes. There's all sorts of stuff on the ground, logs that we probably don't need. So yeah, if it's just logs and they're not going to pick it up, then I will just go ahead and get rid of those. You don't have to worry about it. But now we have logs can get made into paper, and we can make paper, first of all. And that's going to look fantastic. We'll get this windmill constructed. And now that this is in place, this whole thing is going to be ready to go. So I can just place a bunch of these. And I do mean a bunch, because then all we'll do is wait for paper, and then we have this enormous, huge line of windmills. We have, looks like 11 in a row here. That is considerable. That's at rated power output, a lot. 3,300 HP, which our current demand is, I believe. Okay, it says 3,000, but we have stuff paused. So we can unpause some of this stuff, actually, and let these beavers go back to work. But this isn't generating any power because we had these floodgates partly open, partly closed. So we'll do that. The amount of water coming in here is fine, but I think for the benefit of our power generation, at least right now, it is going to be better for us to just open this and let the water come out this way. I will put this back up to 2.5, and I will put this all the way up. So the water just flows out. This is looking pretty good here. We'll just shut our floodgate here, cut off the bypass, let this fill up as it wants to, and then the rest can come down here, generate some power, hopefully not flood anything, and then fill everything up. Our bad water pumps are, says 96% productivity, but I don't think that's actually rated to efficiency. They're just getting the bad water out, which I guess is probably all completely gone at this point anyway. No problem there. So, and now we can set this off, so we get a little bit more storage here. Same deal right here, and then same deal right here. So now we're going to have plenty of space. We can put in more dynamite here, just these doubles, and then get that taken care of. And then if we feel like it later, we can do some of this stuff, but personally, I'm not really concerned about it. I believe we're going to be okay. Just have to wait for all of this to get done. All we're waiting on, pretty much, yeah, all of these, just paper, even the one at the end. Okay, they're waiting for a couple gears, but now the gears are here. Now we're just waiting on paper. And they should be able to take care of that, and we won't have problems. We are flooding here, though. So let's reduce that down to 0. And that seems to have solved kind of that problem. I know this is really not an ideal thing, but it's kind of too late to rip this all out again and have it go and do something else. So it is what it is. We're making bots. We're having a good time. We got 30 bots. We need to have a lot more if we want our beavers not to have to work. And that is one of the reasons why we were doing this thing the way we did over here. And I had not put the assemblers in, but now I can actually do that, so we will put those in, set those to be bot automated. And eventually, when that gets taken care of, we'll be good to go. And we'll have plenty of bots. These buildings that are flooded for a reason. That's fine. And yeah, I think we are looking quite nice here. Okay, these are ready to go. No beavers here. Alright, so that works. That holds a decent amount of water. We can't really pump out of this unless we put another one of these pumps in place. But this is now connected, and it has the capability to generate power if we so choose. And this is waiting on paper, so this is gonna be nice. We're not gonna have to worry about too much more of this. So I'll tell you what we'll do is let's go ahead and start filling this stuff in, so we can make some more of these, since clearly the volume of the reservoir has not been a challenge at all in the past 10, 15, maybe even 20 episodes. We just keep making it bigger because it's fun. So that is what we are looking at there. And then we have to decide how we're going to have this thing continue to be expanded out this way. Do we want to have an entire straight line here off of this ladder, because that's actually exactly the correct spot for this? Or do we want to have it kind of branch out like this? I think we're probably eventually just going to be interconnected through here. But I will just have this go straight across. And if these are all going to be connected through the center, we don't have to have another point of contact for our power there. So that should actually be quite simple for us to do. That's going to be nice. Just get this whole thing locked and loaded, ready to go. Unless it lags and makes me want to put it up here, which is absolutely not what we're going to be doing. So that works just fine. We can leave this as a ladder, no problem whatsoever. And then I believe, oh yes, a bad tide approaching. Yeah, we definitely are going to want to get this going as soon as possible. I'll just leave that alone so those guys can do what they're going to do. And we need to focus on making sure this will not flood into bad tide. I'm pretty sure since I made this 5 wide, that's not going to be a problem. And now that this is 5 wide, not going to be a problem. Our dance hall is waiting on treated planks. I know we still don't have any of those. I never remember what these things are called. Wood workshops. We don't have any of those yet. We will be building some. Don't worry. We just have to get a slightly better grasp on how this stuff is supposed to be working here. So here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a little power bridge right here. And we'll just have this go over this path, just because that's probably going to be the easiest way to accomplish this. Right, like so. And then that's going to give us some space over here to put in some stuff like wood workshops. And we'll be able to fit 2 right here. Have those nice and connected. And then right here we'll have some storage space we can take advantage of for pine resin. So we'll just make a couple small warehouses. Yeah, we could maybe even do one of these for paper too. Why not? Why not, right? So then pine resin should be able to take care of that. Set those to obtain. And everything else, we do have storage for paper. A large one, 1200 over here. So that's going to be fine. But it's nice to have one of these maybe set to supply so these guys don't have to go all the way over to the other side of the entire map to accomplish all that. And it looks like our reservoir is filling up nicely. This is set to 2.0. Oh, I can't change that here. Never mind. I've got to click on the correct... I always forget about how this is set up. So if I change this to 2.5, are we going to run into flooding issues beyond the things that are intentionally flooded? I hope not. But we'll give it a shot. We'll see. I believe we'll be okay. But let's check up here. Because this is currently going all the way down here. I will go ahead and raise this up so this can get nice and full. This is already in the process, so is this, but I want to make sure we're storing something up here that we can flesh out later to get the bad water out if we end up running into any problems here. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but just in case, you always want to be prepared. And if this takes the whole time to fill this up, then that's, well, it is what it is. But we do have extra windmills now, and we're making actually almost as much power as we were with the wheels. Well, these 5 right here making about 250. Not the most perfect ideal setup, but we are reclaiming our land here, which is working pretty well, I think. Realistically, we're not going to need more than these 2 rows, but we might end up doing it anyway, just because it's fun, which will, of course, require our excavators to be in service, which we currently cannot do. Well, we can, but they just use so much power that it ends up not being really worth it. But we're going to have bots, a lot more bots soon, which means everything else can go faster and we can optimize. And this is going to look fantastic once that is done. Let's check up here, see what's going on. Take this clear off. Yeah, it's getting full-ish. Getting full-ish, but I don't think it needs to really be that big of a deal. We have some water here. Obviously, it's not full, and that is what it is. Yeah, I kind of don't want to let this out either. This is full enough, I believe, and we can always let water back out. And also, don't forget, storing water up here is still going to be accessible through the good water bypass. Through here, if we just open this gate again, it'll all come down into the reservoir, but it won't go through these power wheels. So that is something to kind of keep an eye on here. Yeah, I think probably the best thing for us to do is just let this fill up, and we'll make do with that. Now, I did forget. There's that chanting again. I did forget to put this in, so we will do that. That's gonna look good there. Set to obtain. And that should keep that Agora going nice and strong here. Our well-being's up to 40, which is great. We still have a bunch of other work to do. We haven't put any carousels or mud baths or anything in. But if we have the extra power from our windmills, then that's something that is going to be very easy to put in. We could easily come into this area, tap into our power with no issues, and do carousel. Hold on, that's a different model. I forgot they had changed this. This is a taller building with a different footprint. Okay. Alright. Well, that's cool, because then I can actually build paths underneath this, I think. So it just needs a 3x3 space that can be powered from beneath. we got some options here, folks. Got some options. So it'll actually let me go over the path. That's amazing. This could actually fit. Okay, maybe not right here because of that bridge, but we could get into some interesting trouble here. We got all these builders. We're probably still going to need them, but once we get all these treated planks in place, since we have these wood workshops here, we'll have another dance hall. That will be nice to have access to that. And then I just got to find a spot to put a couple of carousels in. Maybe blast this out a little bit, because this, honestly, this should be a straight line here. So we've got some options for us, but let's make sure nothing goes wrong when this bad tide starts here. So that would be a very egg on face moment for me. So we're going to start by pausing the game, raising this, turn that on so we can see. Yeah, see, this is nice and full. This needs to be raised all the way up to 3. That needs to be raised up to 3. That is 3. This is raised 3. That's 3. That's 2.5. We're going to raise it to 3. Not going to be a problem. And then I believe all I've got to do, lower this down. We'll have a little bit of water, good water, come through here. And that is just the way it goes. I don't want to take any chances with getting the bad water mixed up into this. So we'll have a little bit more water come into our reservoir here. But then when the bad water comes in, it's going to trigger this to open, and hopefully that will solve all of our problems. And there we go. 16-day bad tide. 16-day bad tide. Yes, we have a considerable amount of water. It is actually starting to flood already, so let's just preemptively lower this. That's already lowered. And I think that should be okay. Once this triggers with the bad water, this will open, relieve our pressure here, and then that will also close that guy. And then open this, close this. We should be A-okay, good to go. I think, hopefully. Yeah, because we'll see this come in. That 0 should change to a 1, and this should slam open. It has not. 2%. Why is this not opening? Which one of these was actually attached? Okay, so that is set to this, so this has not opened. Do I just have to manually... Why in the world did I disable this during a bad tide? Why did I do that? That doesn't make any sense at all. Did I just click stuff wrong? Anyway, it's open now. So that will let that go away. I imagine we're still going to have some beavers get infected because I'm bad at manipulating things, but we might actually be in the clear. Maybe. Yeah, that's all closed. No bad water here. I don't see any beavers that have been exposed. I don't think. I sure hope this is set correctly. I can never be sure. I can never ever be sure that I've done it the right way. But it will generate some power if I put a little bit more of a height here. Set that to 0.5. It should hold just enough back to start turning these again without flooding anything, because we have this giant thing open here. But if it doesn't, then honestly that's okay, because now we have all these windmills, and that should hopefully help keep that in check. These batteries are not fully charged, and they are discharging, but that won't be an issue, hopefully, for too long. I guess I gotta raise this up to 0.5, see if we can keep any amount of power generated here. I don't know, I still somehow have not been able to grasp the concept of this working correctly. So let's raise that a tiny bit. Try to raise our levels going in here. Yeah, if I were to ever do this again, I would not do it this way. This is just the way that it evolved. And that's what ends up happening. It is what it is. Not really that much else we can do about it. But progress over here has been fantastic. We are waiting on paper, which currently is not being produced because we don't have any power here. Oh. Okay. Duh. That's why I had it disabled during a bad tide, so I could have this set anyway. I guess I have to just change that with that. The Floodgate automation thing is great, except I don't understand how to use it, so it's kind of unfair for me to complain about it, because I'm sure if I were using it correctly and were actually someone who can understand basic logic like this, then it would make sense, but that's just not the way it goes. So this does not seem to make a difference if I go to 1.5. I think we already tried this out. Had some sort of a concept of there we go. There we go. That's rotating, but is it going to flood? I really, really hope it does not. That would be annoying. But I think we're doing okay, because now there's this if it ever gets higher than this, it should let them out, unless I desynchronize and lower that one by itself. Nope, never mind. Never mind, that just stops it completely. Okay. Well, I tried. I tried. Did not succeed, but I did try, and that's what matters. But like I was saying earlier, I think I'm just going to get rid of all of this stuff right here. And what we'll do instead is just have this come straight down, go all the way across, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and we're going to blast this whole thing to smithereens, or at least make it level, and then we'll put carousels on top of it. Why not? And we'll have this hook up to power. That will be a very, very easy thing. This is currently a vertical power shaft. I can turn it into a universal power shaft, and that will be very easy for us to mess with there. So we'll just do that, unhook this, not going to be a big deal. Universal here, and then on top, right like that, just prioritize this guy, which I guess by proxy also requires us to do this, and then this. Hey, but the dance hall's open, so they can go and do dancing type things. Maybe after their influence of the green goo smoke wears off, they can go and do some of that stuff. But we'll take care of that just fine. We'll get that blasted down one, and that's going to give us a 5 wide space that I believe, once I have platforms everywhere, I should be able to place this guy right here, I believe. I don't have enough dirt to really fill this in. I don't think I want to fill this in because that's reservoir capacity. In fact, I might even want to blast it out anyway. But, how much, okay, I've got dynamite. I got time. Well, we, I guess, technically have time. If I just, do all of this, we'll do it in segments. And then we'll put all of our platforms back in. I just need to have space in front for them to walk, and I guess I can, I guess I should actually take a look at what the thing looks like when it gets built. Is there a doorway? Oh, the doorway's on the second level, so they actually want this to be buried. Or I could just put stairs. Honestly, I'm probably just going to put stairs. We'll just do that. Now I got to play beaver police. I got to keep the idiots from getting blown up here. Nobody coming? All right, good. Problem solved. We'll go ahead and just put 2 more of these here, and then I can pop these in. And I suppose, actually, no. You know what? You know what? We can just bury this. I say bury very loosely. It's just such a strange thing. I'll be able to put this in here, and then the power can come around the backside here. So actually, what I should have done. Oh, they haven't finished this yet. Good. Oh, I love rebuilding things like 4 times. It's fine. We'll just make these more that right there. that's what I was getting at. So this will go and become one of these things, and then what is this? Planks. All right, goodbye. don't have the time to wait for those. That'll work quite nicely. I see the red. Is that infected water. No, it is not. It's just my mind playing tricks on me. Thanks, mind. That's very, very kind of you to do that. Double platform, no. Triple platform, yes. Get that taken care of. And then these things will be placed down here. Oh, no, that's going to flood them. I can't do that. Oh, my God, man. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about this. So now I've got to... I still have to do this the same way I was originally going to do it. Alright, well, just in case, I'll just do that. I'll just put that in there and that'll be fine. We'll leave that the way it is. Let them do what they've got to do. Get in here. I should have probably placed a staircase down so they could get into this. So I actually will do that, where they can walk down. And then once they're finished with this, I can blow this up and then put that whole thing back in. Good fun, right? That's what it's all about. How are we looking over here? Are we generating power? We actually are. Okay, cool. So I'll tell you what we'll do is we will just slowly work our way through this and add a couple more at a time because we are going to need to conserve some of the resources to actually build these things. All right. I don't think it's going to kill any of them if I just do this right now and arm all of them at once. Wouldn't it be so useful in real life if you could just hit pause and then just go do a whole bunch of stuff that you got to get done and then hit unpause? Beautiful. No beavers died. I seem to remember there being an Adam Sandler movie with that concept. I never saw it, but I think it was called The Click or something like that. Probably some sort of moral to the story of, hey, like, hey, maybe don't try to manipulate time because you're going to regret it. I know there's always some sort of message in those movies like that. But let's get this connected again because now nothing on that side can talk to over here and vice versa. And I think these things would like to have some power. Maybe just a hunch. And of course, we're not generating anything through the wheels because I have this... Well, no, it's not even that. So where's all my water going? Because I have this set to 0.5. Am I going to have to play the dangerous game of racing this up to 1.0? I think I might. As long as it doesn't flood. As long as it doesn't flood, we'll be okay. I think we're probably all right. Maybe. I honestly am not entirely sure. But we'll get it. This one guy dancing by himself. What's up? What's up? Who's dancing by himself? Mohammed Tharwat, congratulations, you are dancing by yourself. So I guess we can sit here and observe your fancy moves. Oh, he left. All right, camera shy. He's not even in the same neighborhood anymore. Did he die? Did he get vaporized? Did he teleport? Oh, he's just getting out of here, man. He wants to go home. All right, I don't blame you, man. I'm not much of a dancer myself, but I digress. We've got plenty to get to here. Detonate this last little bit, and we'll put our triples in. And then, yeah, it's... I completely forgot that this was gonna flood stuff. So, yeah, not gonna get away with that one. But we did gain some extra volume on our reservoir, which, you know, is probably always a good idea. So if I go and research the carousels, yeah, this actually, if this isn't, if this is, whoa, hello, what happened here? If this is waterproof, which it is not, none of these buildings are waterproof, but if it were waterproof, whatever, grammar people, but this would be super nice to have it on that level. But I suppose we are just going to have to wait and see what we can get ourselves into. That's too far, really? Okay. What if I put in a couple of paths here? Now it's in range. Perfect. So that is what it is. We'll get that taken care of. And then hopefully by the time that's all done, I can come in here with our platforms. And then we can figure out what our spacing is going to look like. Because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, that'll work. That'll work pretty well right there. We'll just have to have power get in behind it and then establish clearance. Oh, I can height stagger these. Oh, that's incredible. It's like rotors on those helicopters with the dual sets of blades. Where one's actually slightly higher than the other. And they're also, you know, computer controlled or mechanically offset so they don't actually hit each other. But very interesting engineering. So we'll go ahead and we'll leave 2 blocks between those. And then this right here is going to allow us to have 3 carousels. 1, 2, 3. Right like so. And then all we have to do is put in a staircase to get them up there. And there we go. That is going to work. And we can also build some other stuff here. I don't think monuments care if they get flooded, but this also isn't enough space for monuments. So maybe we figure something else out here. Who knows? We still have to get this taken care of. Then we have to get the power connected between them. So honestly, this is probably just going to be kind of an ugly duckling platform set, which is all sorts of fun in its own way. But here, now if they ever manage to get this finished, I guess they're waiting on gears. Oh, because I told them to take the gears to build these things, which they are waiting on. So let's deprioritize these real quick. Our gear factories can actually all be running again, so let's unpause all this. We are making enough power, in theory, once these are all reconnected, to run all of this, and that should help some of our... Wow, I got 32 unemployed bots? Well, how did that happen? If I only have 34, is that just in that district? No, there's no... Did I really not put bots in mind your own business? Well, that's a huge mistake. How did that happen? How in the world did that happen? I need to have 10 bots minimum here, no matter what, so we can have them working in the metal mine. How in the world? How did I not do that? That's astounding. Well, I will do maybe just 5 haulers will be fine, and the rest of this, that guy there, those 4 there. So I really only need 10 of these regular beavers. Send these guys back to out of mind your own business. There we go. Get those kids out of here. Stop it. We don't need that. No kids allowed. And mind your own business. This is bots and adults only. But I got extra housing, so I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and get rid of some of these. Well, we'll get the housing out of here anyway. Man, that's an oversight if I ever saw one. This is connected though, so that's looking good. Easy thing for us to do is just going to be to just place this right here. They can also come in from up top, and that won't be an issue. Get these powered. Not that they're actually done, but we will get those powers put in. Powers, wow. Yeah, that's exactly what that's called. I'll get that put in, and it should be looking pretty good. We just have to build the rest of it, and that is that. So, wind farm, I think, can be considered a success, even if it's not completely done yet. Everything else seems to be coming together. We do have some more work to do still on our fun bits, but the carousel is going to massively help with that, and we can get into books as well. Since we have this area up and running a little bit better. I think we probably are okay. Metal block storage here does not need to exist. That can go away. That scrap metal can go away. And we can move on with our lives and have all sorts of space over here. So I think what we're going to do, I've got this guy right here. I can put one more here. And then we can start doing printing presses. We need those for the bots also, the cards. 3 of those, or maybe since we use this stuff to make... Do we use it to make bots? I can't ever remember. Regular planks. Regular planks. That's not going to be able to be clicked on unless I go way far down here. No, so we actually don't need those to do anything except... well, I don't know, something. So I'll just leave those 3 like they were, and we'll put in... Yes, printing press. We'll put in 2 printing presses so we can make books, and we can also make punch cards for the bots. But I think we'll focus on books because I can also come in and just do another one of these set up like so. And that will end up being perfectly fine. In fact, depending on how we want to do this, no, I guess this is probably about as good as it's going to get for how this is set up. I'm not going to tempt fate. But that will work out to be quite nice. How many extra bots do I have here? 25. Okay, yeah, let's get these turned back on. Because the bots are working on those things. We are going to need dirt if we're going to keep filling in after all this explosion stuff. Yeah, I'm going to be filling in stuff. That's the way it goes. It's fine. But that will work out quite nicely, I think. Just got to get this all finished up, and we'll be in business pretty nicely. We can come in and put mud baths in. Carousel is actually working. Does it still have the same sound? Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's just so ridiculous, but that's fine. We got the rest of those built, and we're looking good. We're looking good. We got 18 unemployed bots, which means we can probably start turning some of these into bot-only buildings. But I do want to make sure all of this production is, and it is. We could send a couple more over to this district, actually. That's probably the smart thing, honestly, is just to have a minimum of 20 bots over here. Oh, and then I guess I can undo that. Send these guys out. Everything becomes bots, including the district crossing and our hauling post. That should now be perfectly balanced to have 20 bots, 10 in the mine, 5 in the hauling post, 4 in the district crossing, 1 in the district center because you have to have one there. And that's it. Get rid of our lodges, get rid of our medical beds. We can export all of these things. Get rid of the warehouse, get rid of the water. Look at us go, man. we got all this stuff all ready to go. It's empty, bleak, soulless, just like the bots like it. But yeah, we can go ahead and get all this stuff out of here. I guess we will highlight all this to get picked up. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but oh, there's no storage available. I guess if we want to export it, I could just force imports of literally everything. Oh wait, I don't want to do that because that's what the mine is using, is the treated planks and the gears and everything. But the regular planks, no. Regular planks can go away. Force import that. Logs are not something we have to have here, so I guess force import the logs, what they already are. Okay. Well, we'll have to come back and do this a little bit differently next time here, because I think we are in pretty good shape here. I just want to see, what are we waiting on? Gears? How do I still not have gears? Are we really using that many gears that this isn't working here? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do is we're going to bottomate all of the gear workshops. That's an easy first thing to do. They're not prioritized by haulers because at some point prioritization by haulers just makes everything slower if you have everything. The idea is that it doesn't mean that the individual working in the building has to go get their own supplies. But if everything is prioritized by haulers, then you have to have a ton of haulers, and then it's like, all right, well, whatever. But now that we have bots in here, I am going to prioritize some of these, but not all of them, just because, well, I guess I could just make more hauling posts, honestly. Or I could have the bots be the haulers. But now I don't have enough extras because I sent them back over here. We'll get it fixed, though. By the time the series is done, all the jobs will be bots. And there will be no issues whatsoever with how this is set up. It's just one of those things that takes a... okay, let's just prioritize all these. It's fine. Now we see our average well-being going up to 44. That is looking nice. Good progress. Books will improve that. Mud baths will improve that when we build those. But this sounds like a good thing for us to tackle next episode. And really get that well-being up as high as we can. This is episode 28. I imagine episode 30 will be the last one in this series, if we can get everything done that we need to get done. But I think now we've solved most of our problems to the point where that's going to be possible for us to do. So this might as well be as good a time as any to go ahead and leave off for this episode. But we did actually start building the wind farm, and that's looking good. Well, as good as a wind farm can look. We'll probably, just because we can, we'll probably just cover this whole thing in windmills for the sake of excess and stupidity. But I'm glad we ended up doing this, even if I don't really care for how a bunch of these look all at the same time. It works, solves our problems, and sometimes that's good enough. But I digress. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks, as always, for watching. Thanks, Beard Boosters, for your support, making it possible for these videos to keep coming out. I guess we're back on dailies now. We have all this other stuff going on. But tomorrow, brand new Prison Architect series. Don't miss that. Should be a whole lot of fun. We're going to sell our first prison and start off with all the cash that gives us to make our next one. And that series is going to probably be going until the release of the new Prison Architect 2 game in May. So unless we get bored and want to start a third series in that. But that will be once a week on Wednesdays for this foreseeable future. Thursday we'll be back in the Iron Teeth series, and Friday we'll be back in this one. Saturday back in Transport Fever 2. Sunday back in the Iron Teeth series, and so on and so forth. That's the way it goes, folks. We're going to get everything taken care of, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So hope you'll stick around and check out everything else, and get an effort live streams regularly as well, aiming for at least 2 a week. Ideally on the weekends, maybe one in the middle of the week, and an eventual return to Twitch. So I would love to see you in all of that, but if not, that's fine too. I'm just glad we're able to share it this time together today. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.